The team that played better won the ball game. South Carolina played better than we did, deserved to win the ball game. Got to give a ton of credit to Michael Roth. He settled in. I think we allowed him to settle in a little bit, and he did a good job, a really good job. That's why he's one of the best pitchers in the country. Mixed really well. Didn't strike a lot out, but got us to hit swinging some pitches they wanted us to swing at. We shouldn't have swung at. And, kept us off balance all night. Morales made a hell of a play on George's ball that would have gone down the line. Could have been a different ball game if that gets by them. They made the plays when they had to, made pitches, and had their best at bats when they had to, and we didn't. I loved our energy coming out. Felt like we did a very good job in the first inning. Probably needed to put a crooked number up there early, and just didn't get it done.
A chance to really get something going there.
Yeah, he made a good pitch and I put a good swing on it, but the third baseman made an unbelievable play, and I think that was a big factor in what actually switched him around. He blocks that ball. He throws out John, and the second baseman makes a quick turn and get first. And if that doesn't happen, we have second, third, and who knows?
David?
Matt, it seemed like your offerings were a couple of miles per hour faster in the first inning. What changed between the first and the second? Were you just a little geeked up in the first?
I don't know. I just between the first and the later innings, I just wasn't making pitches when I had to. That pretty much sums it up. Didn't make the pitches when I had to. They scored in the third and the fourth with 2 outs. They had nobody on, and they scored in those innings with 2 outs. So just wasn't my best outing, and hopefully I get a chance to go back out there and give my team quality stuff.
George, back here, pretty much from the word go in this tournament, you guys have kind of had your backs against the wall. Can you draw on last weekend for tomorrow's game? I mean, you guys are pretty familiar with the must-win situation.
Yeah, we've been in this situation. I honestly don't even know how many times. And you just have to go out and just have a say tie it, and just go out and have fun. And yeah, we have there's a lot of pressure on us, but there's also a lot of pressure on them too, because you don't kind of head to that third game because you don't ever know what could happen. So we're just going to draw on our experiences from last year and from last weekend, and whatever happens. But yeah, that's exactly what will happen.
So Matt, have you had a lot of teams make you throw a lot of pitches that early, trying to work counts, and how frustrating is that when they just keep fouling them off and you can't quite do that?
Yeah, it really hasn't happened all that much this year, but it is frustrating when teams make you throw a lot of pitches. I like to attack the zone early and get guys to get themselves out early, and unfortunately that hasn't really happened the last two times out. So when the guy makes you throw pitches and forces you to go deep into counts and keeps fouling them off within an inning, not only raises your pitch count that inning but for the game, and it makes it a little more difficult on myself.
And Matt, to follow up there, it just looked like you were laboring a little bit in those last couple of innings. Did the heat bother you at all? I mean, it just seemed like you weren't comfortable out there.
No, the heat didn't bother me really. Just mechanically, I wasn't consistently repeating myself, and I think that's what got me. The first inning, I felt really good, and arm slot was good, and in the later innings, I just wasn't as consistent and flying open a little bit. And, that's just it's not acceptable. I just gotta get out there this week and work, and hopefully make sure that doesn't happen again.
Mike, I know last week you felt pretty adamant that you guys could come back and survive. I don't know how you feel right now, and what makes you believe you can do it again.
I feel good. I think, like George was talking about before, we've been in this situation so many times that it's almost we're all had at it. It's trying to get everything going in like early innings and stuff definitely worked out today, and we just couldn't kind of keep that going. But I think tomorrow we just got to jump on them again and put more pressure on them. You know, there are a couple key situations where we didn't get the big knock that they did, so we'll have to see if we can do that. I think we'll be pretty successful.
Mike, what is it about Roth that keeps you from getting good swings against him?
He did a great job of mixing up his stuff for everybody. You know, he could float that change and it just looks so good for a strike, and then can throw it out of the zone where he wants to, and you know, he can throw that breaker up. You know, and we're down and away, a foot off the plate like the last at bat. But you know, when a guy can do that, it makes his fastball look that much better, especially with the movement that he was getting.
Anything else for the student athletes?
Coach, can you talk a little bit more about the performance of Michael Roth tonight? I mean, a couple of times it looked like you guys were really going to get to him, and then just, you know, those innings just sort of fell apart.
Yeah, he was excellent. Michael, we found out, you know, why Michael Roth's one of the best pitchers in the country. He did a great job of keeping us off balance. I thought we had a couple chances to get him early. You know, we tried to safety squeeze there, and probably, in retrospect, probably should have let Billy hit there, especially with the 2-0 count. But he did a really good job. They made plays when they had to, and behind him, they had a couple mistakes early that we didn't take advantage of, and I thought that let him settle in. And he's very good. When he's down, you got to make sure the ball is up, because when it's starting just above the knee, it's going to finish out of the zone, and we swung too many of those tonight. I didn't think we did a terrible job. I mean, I thought we got some decent swings off of them, and we certainly left a lot of runners on. Well, we had, you know, we left 8 on, but we had a couple of opportunities there to put up a crooked number and just didn't do it.
Coach, who pitches for you tomorrow?
Greg Knapp will pitch tomorrow. He's our go-to guy and 5th-year senior, and hopefully he can get us to Monday.
Jim, what did you see from Matt tonight? It did look like in the first inning you were saying 97, then it was more 93, 94. What did you see?
The first inning, I thought it was going to be our night. You know, he looked lights out in the first, and you know, was responding. I thought was pitching well. They did a really good job of laying pitch. I thought they were extremely disciplined and not chasing after the first, and made him work. You know, they made him work. They made him get his pitch count up a little bit and foul a lot of tough pitches off. And just found, you know, they did a super job offensively. I didn't think Matty yanked the pitch there, went to the backstop, not like him. Felt like he was a little inconsistent with his slot. And Justin went out there and talked to him about it with his fastball and his changeup especially. Was getting under a couple of them and was up a little bit, but you know, he was still good enough to get outs, and they did a really good job with some pretty good pitches too. I got to give South Carolina a lot of credit.
You've seen him be awfully good this year for these 2 starts in the postseason. Is that surprising, disappointing, just that he hasn't been as sharp as he had been?
You know, I think we got to keep coming back to giving South Carolina a lot of credit. They were very good with him. Had a good plan of attack and executed it. I didn't think Matty was all that bad. You know, he missed some spots certainly, and he has been much better. You're right, but you know, he's proved that he's human the last couple times out. That's all.
Coach, what do you tell your guys in the locker room tomorrow? I mean, they've been in this situation a lot. What do you say to them before game 2?
Yeah, it was weird in the huddle. They were smiling. You know, they've been here before. It's unfortunately it's a little too comfortable. But I think that comfort level hopefully will pay off tomorrow. They look like we seem to play our best when our backs are up against the wall. We definitely did not play our best baseball game tonight. Too many free 90s all over the place, not just pitches, but defensively. And you know, we need to play a better baseball game to be the defending national champs.
Jim, you mentioned the defensive lapses. Do you think that was the atmosphere here? Guys just not maybe realizing this is a super regional and we are this close. Do you think there was any of that out there?
I don't think anybody could be in that stadium and not realize it was a super regional.
Yeah.
You know, frankly, I thought both teams defensively were kind of throwing the ball around a little bit. might have been a little bit too amped up, but I don't think, our mistakes had much to do. Billy tried to pick up a ball with a glove, and made 2 outfield errors that were very uncharacteristic of us. No, I don't think so. I think, it's certainly a heck of an atmosphere. It's unbelievable. It's loud and it's boisterous, but I don't think that, I thought our guys handled it pretty well. I thought we had, in the first inning, I thought we had the most electric, dugout that we've had all year.